Hi, welcome back. In this lesson, offered by Sklearn, I'll take you through machine learning, its algorithms, and how scikit-learn makes it all so easy for you. In this lesson, you'll get to know what machine learning is and why it's important. You'll also be introduced to the machine learning approach and learn each of its steps in detail. You'll learn relevant terminologies of machine learning and figure out how you can understand a dataset using these terms. You'll look at the two major machine learning models, supervised and unsupervised. Within these models, you'll be specifically learning about regression, classification, clustering, and dimensionality reduction algorithms. We generate 2.5 quintillion bytes of data every day. That's equal to data stored on 100 million Blu-ray discs, which when stacked together equals the height of 4 Eiffel Towers. Note that none of this data is in a single format. Now, imagine if you had to sift through all of it. It would take ages. But if you let the machines take over, the task would be over in a jiffy. This is why we need machine learning. Machine learning is a great tool to analyze data, find hidden data patterns and relationships, and extract information. This enables data scientists to make information-driven decisions. Even businesses can benefit from it. A business may have a lot of historical or incoming data that they are not aware of. Machine learning can help provide insights into this data so that profitable decisions can be made and new business opportunities can be explored. To do this, machine learning uses statistical and mathematical models and applies them to datasets. This process can either be semi-automated or fully automated. Now you know machine learning and its use. Before you learn more about it, please take a look at some machine learning terminologies that will be used throughout this lesson. Observations are the records, samples, or examples present in the data. They may contain one or more data points. Features are the inputs or attributes that define a given dataset. They are usually present as columns in a spreadsheet. Response is the label, outcome, target, or some defined answer attached to the dataset for the given set of data points. These terms will be explained later using a dataset, but before that, let's look at the machine learning approach. The machine learning approach starts with either a problem that you need to solve or a given dataset that you need to analyze. So your first step is to understand the problem or the dataset. The size of the dataset does not matter at this point. The next step is to identify and extract the features of the dataset that affect the outcome. Then identify its problem type. For instance, you may want to ask whether the data is categorical or has some continuous set of values. Based on the problem type, choose the appropriate model. Don't worry about this right now. You'll learn them later in this lesson. After selecting the model, train and test it. The final step is to strive for accuracy. You should continue to fine-tune the parameters so your model performs optimally. Let's now explore steps 1 and 2 of the machine learning approach, understanding the dataset and extracting its features that affect the outcome. This is a dataset which contains information of an XYZ firm. It shows random records of some of its employees. These are called observations. Education and professional training are attributes. The first attribute indicates the employer's education in years, while the second attribute shows how many of them actually took some professional training. Now, the years of education and the professional training of the employees affects their salaries. That's why the hourly rate is the response or outcome of the dataset. By using this data, you can now predict that a person with 16 years of education and some professional training can fetch an average of $100 per hour. You have already seen the dataset for XYZ firm, which has observations, features, and response. In supervised learning, all three of them are used to create and train a model to predict the right response for a new set of data points with similar features. Its main objective is to predict the outcome by generalizing the data and applying the generalized rule to the new data points. In unsupervised learning, the response or the outcome of the data is not known. So in this case, we try to identify patterns in the data by grouping similar types of data. In supervised learning, there is no definite or right answer. The goal of these models is to represent data in order to extract meaningful information. Data can either be continuous or categorical. Based on whether it's supervised or unsupervised learning, the problem type will differ. Continuous data is information which can be measured and has an infinite number of possible values. For example, age, salary, price, temperature, and so on. Categorical data is information which can be grouped or labeled, such as gender, face recognition, or spam detection. For supervised learning, use the regression algorithm if the data is continuous. Use the classification machine learning when the data is categorical. You can then build a predictive model on top of the selected machine learning algorithm to predict the outcome of new observations. For unsupervised learning, use dimensionality reduction for continuous data. This method reduces the dimensions of dataset without any loss of data. Clustering is mainly used for categorical data and to group similar data points. A predictive model built on top of these algorithms is used to identify data patterns and represent it in a meaningful manner. Google News makes use of both supervised and unsupervised machine learning models. To identify and categorize news articles appropriately, Google uses a classification algorithm, which falls under the supervised machine learning model. Now, if you click a particular news within a category, it will show you all the related stories from different news media and channels. This grouping is done by clustering, which is an unsupervised. Before you look at the next steps of the machine learning approach, let's understand how supervised and unsupervised learning models work. A known dataset has observations, which include features and response. In supervised learning, the features and response are fed into the appropriate machine learning algorithm to train it. After the algorithm is fine-tuned, a predictive model is built on top of it. Any new or unseen data with the same features will not have a label or a response attached to it. The model is used to predict the response for this data. In unsupervised learning, a known dataset has a set of observations with features, but the response or outcome is not known. Without the knowledge of what the expected outcome should be for a given set of data points, the machine learning algorithm cannot be taught to predict the outcome for any new dataset. But you do know what the features are for a given dataset. Based on this information and your domain expertise, you can choose a few assumptions that will help you define the features or attributes the algorithm should watch out for. This helps it to identify, classify, and visually represent any new or unseen data. You can also use cross-validation to further test and train the model and improve its accuracy.